The spotlights shone down on the West End stage, where Sam Heughan walked out, his figure powerful but his eyes reflecting an unreadable sadness. The Macbeth concert was drawing to a close, and the audience filled the hall, eagerly awaiting the spectacular performance they had come to expect for months. But no one knew that tonight, Sam carried with him a weighty decision, a decision that could change the entire career he had built over 2 decades. Sam stood there, trembling slightly with emotion, not from the cold. He had prepared for this moment for a long time, but his heart still pounded like the drums of a warrior about to enter battle. As the prolonged applause subsided, Sam took a deep breath. "Thank you for coming," he began. His familiar, warm voice echoed throughout the hall. "Tonight, there's something I want to say to everyone." A speech that left the world breathless. The atmosphere suddenly became tense. Sam had never spoken before a performance like this. The cast members stood backstage, trying to suppress their curiosity. "I've thought a long time," Sam continued, "about life, about love, and about what my heart truly desires." The fans leaned forward, sensing a storm brewing. "Macbeth will be my last role," Sam said softly, but each word felt like a heavy stone. The auditorium fell silent. "I will retire after this performance." A gasp escaped from the third row. A few uncontrollable "oh my God"s escaped. Some female fans covered their mouths, tears welling up. Sam looked down at the stage, his eyes sad but without regret. "I'm doing this for love." The flame that burned hidden for years. No one thought Sam, always full of energy, passionate about his work, loving every moment in front of the camera, could leave the stage for love. So who is that person? The question pierced the hearts of millions of fans. Until now, Sam had never publicly revealed his romantic life. Rumors, glimpses of people beside him, meaningful glances between him and his co-star Katrina Balfe, all remained mere speculation. But tonight, Sam stepped out to tell the truth. "There's someone I'm afraid of losing," he continued. "For years, I've put my career before everything else. I've sacrificed so much. And now I realize if I continue like this, I'll lose the most precious thing." The audience erupted, but then immediately fell silent. Sam's gaze swept across the thousands of faces turned toward him, glistening in the lights like ocean waves. "That love," Sam said slowly, "appeared in my life a long time ago. We went through many difficult years together, but in the end, I was always the one absent." A hazy image flashed through his mind. A warm smile, a weak hand that had once held his and said, "Sam, you owe me nothing. Live your own life." But that very thing made Sam feel he owed so much. The woman behind every decision. The story begins 3 years ago, when Sam met her at a charity art event. She wasn't an actress, not a celebrity. She was a contemporary dancer, possessing an ethereal beauty that seemed otherworldly. Her name was Elena. Sam and Elena met one winter evening, under the warm lights of an art gallery. Elena stood there in a simple white dress, her eyes sparkling as if seeing through the loneliness Sam always hid behind his public smiles. "Do you like this painting?" Elena asked. Sam looked up, surprised to be caught lost in thought. "I think it says something I can't say," Sam replied. Elena smiled, a smile as gentle as the wind. "Sometimes art does that for us." At that moment, Sam knew his heart had found the person he hadn't known he'd been waiting for. Their love wasn't loud or ostentatious. They met quietly at small cafes, during morning runs, and had conversations that lasted until midnight. Elena was gentle yet strong, a woman who always walked beside Sam like a gentle breeze, yet was his most unwavering support. Then one day, Elena collapsed during training. Doctors diagnosed her with a rare circulatory disease. It wasn't life-threatening, but serious enough to gradually weaken her. Elena hid it from Sam. She didn't want him to worry. But Sam knew immediately when he looked into her eyes that were no longer as bright as before. "You need treatment," Sam said. "I know," Elena replied softly. "I'll be there for you." "No." She shook her head. Sam, I don't want to be a burden. I know your schedule, your career. I don't want to be a hindrance. But those very words felt like a knife piercing Sam's heart. The limits and the turning point. In the months that followed, Sam was constantly flying, from London to New York for filming, then to Canada to promote a beverage brand, followed by a packed schedule for Macbeth. Every time he saw Elena's message on his phone, his heart ached. I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm going to bed early. But he knew she wasn't. One late night, after Sam had just finished a performance, he received a call from a mutual friend. Sam, Elena has been hospitalized. Without a second's hesitation, Sam dropped everything. The photo shoot the next day, the press conference, even the multi-million-dollar contracts. He rushed to the hospital, where Elena lay on a white bed, her face pale. I'm sorry, she said weakly. I shouldn't have called anyone. Sam sat down and took her hand. No one, he said. You should have called me. And in that moment he understood. He couldn't continue living in two worlds, one of fame, of dazzling lights, and one where the woman he loved was weakening day by day. He had to choose. And the only choice he wouldn't regret was Elena, the declaration that shook Europe. Returning to the Macbeth stage, Sam looked at the audience once more. I've dedicated more than half my life to art, but now it's time for me to dedicate the rest to the one I love. A round of applause erupted, no longer applause of admiration, but of understanding, of gratitude for an artist who dared to live true to his heart. I'm not giving up art, Sam continued. I'm just giving up the busyness, the pressure, to begin a new chapter in my life. A more peaceful, more fulfilling chapter. Can you come back someday? A fan shouted. Sam smiled gently. I don't know, but I know one thing for sure. Love is the most important role I want to play for the rest of my life. After the revelation, the final truth revealed. Immediately after the performance, global media exploded. Sam Heughan retires for a mysterious woman. Outlander star gives up career for love. The identity of the girl who made Sam Heughan sacrifice everything. Dozens of reporters waited outside the theater, but Sam quietly got into his car and headed straight to the hospital where Elena was being treated. Elena saw him, surprised. Sam, you didn't have to. Sam sat down beside the bed, placing his hand on hers. I made my choice, he said softly. I just want to be here. Not because of responsibility, not because of worry, but because my heart is here. Elena trembled slightly. I don't want you to have any regrets. You are something I've never regretted. A tear rolled down her cheek. So, you'll stay? No, Sam whispered. I'll start over here. 7. A new future begins. In the days that followed, Sam canceled many signed projects, keeping only charity work and a few small projects he could do remotely. He rented an apartment near the hospital, spending most of his time with Elena, taking her to therapy, cooking for her, telling her little funny stories of the day. He had never felt so truly alive.